For more on the key races this election season, let's bring in 917 Strategies founder and president Sarah Selip and Democratic analyst Ari Aramesh. Guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Sarah, I'll start with you. These polls are showing a closer race in New Jersey. Do you think that there's a real chance here that a Republican comes out on top?
Honestly, yeah. It just with the amount of energy that you're seeing, Chitterelli really is the guy here. People are sick of the kingmaker candidates like Mikey Sherrill. And honestly, at that place, you need to look at what is going on. Crime is such a big deal. Cost of living is a huge deal. And so New Jersey is actually the 11th most expensive state in the country. So that is really, really important. We need to look at the pain in the pocketbooks of the American people, not necessarily all of this joking that Sherrill's doing on the national stage.
Ari, let me ask you just about the politics of the state. Obviously, Democrats have won presidential elections going probably all the way back to, maybe H.W. Bush. I haven't really looked at it, but it's been a solid Democratic state. Got a little closer to the Republicans last year. Do you think we're seeing a shift in politics in New Jersey, or is this kind of a one-off?
No, I think Jersey is still a blue state. It's been blue for a long time. I think the Democratic Party is still going to deliver the state. There is a rise in popularity and amongst some President Trump's messages and some of his policies. But again, looking at the New Jersey sort of history of New Jersey sort of voting record and political demographics and so on and so forth, I still think this is a solid blue state. Not only that, but also this is a midterm election. I don't think President Trump is going to deliver as many seats as he expects to deliver. It's going to be a tough year for Republicans. Having said that, do not ever underestimate some of the left-wingers in my party to miss an opportunity. So when we go far left, we actually end up losing more seats. So again, New Jersey is going to be a good test battleground because we're going to see how we perform come November in the midterm elections in places like New Jersey, in places like in some of the more contested seats in Texas or in Florida. So again, Democrats are going to win this one, but if we get closer to the election and the polls closer and the gap narrows, we're going to have a problem.
Sarah, let's go to Virginia now.
Okay.
I want to move across the river here because it's so close. The food's good.
Of course.
You look at Virginia, though, the Jay Jones texting controversy. It's moved well beyond. This is a race for Attorney General. It's an issue in the governor's race. How much of an issue is it?
This is such a huge issue, and I think it goes back to the Letitia James precedent. Honestly, Attorney General is a big deal when you look at it, but Jay Jones has had such a big issue between the 116 mile per hour speeding ticket, using his PAC to get out of all of the community service, and then the disgusting comments that he's been making about his opponent. That is beyond the pale. And honestly, after mentioning Donald Trump 50 times in that one debate, use it to talk about Virginians. You don't need to try and be Letitia James wannabe. You're not that guy. You're not that important. Virginians see through it. We all see through it. It's honestly one of the biggest beltway issues. And with Virginia and New Jersey circling back, these are the only two gubernatorial races that we are seeing. So this sets the tone going into 2026.
Ari, you look at Virginia and you look at this race and the things that Jay Jones has said. And most statewide Democrats, including the candidate for governor, have refused to call for him to jump out of the race. Do you think it should be just a slam dunk? I know early voting has already started, right, and you would be conceding the Attorney General spot in that state. But is this something that's become bigger than that?
It's become bigger than that. And again, Virginia is one of those places where, let's pull back. First of all, about nasty comments. I mean, when it comes from the MAGA wing of the Republican Party, they don't get to complain about nasty comments. The king par excellence of the nasty comments is sitting at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So let's not just go there. Having said that, I think, again, Virginia is one of those states that, all things equal, it's going to deliver blue candidates and it's going to deliver on a blue ticket. Now, we've had off years. We've had situations where you've had unpopular Democrats or you've had issues such as sort of hot social issues. We had the critical race theory stuff, remember, that led to the rise of Republican candidates and Republican governors and so on and so forth. But going back, there are no more George Allens and John Warners in Virginia. There are no more. That red Republican wing is completely died off. You have not a purple, but a blue state in Virginia. And that is because of a lot of migration to Northern Virginia. So, again, if Democratic voters show up, they will deliver this year. They will deliver this election. But again, if they sit home, like last time they did, like in the gubernatorial race, we will lose that election as well. So it depends on how much the base, especially the middle class, the solid middle class voter base, how much they show up to support the Democratic
Very quickly
candidate.
here, I wanted to get to this, but very, very quickly, will there be a Mayor Mamdani in New York?
Absolutely not, but it is really good for the GOP to have Mayor Mamdani, Kami Mamdani. We need to actually see the radical left turnout. We can't have another AOC candidate. He thinks he's going to get all of the attention in the room. He is not that big of a deal. We didn't know him until 2 months ago. We need to get him either in to make the money, win the races, or we need to get him far out.
All right, very quick, in or out?
I hope not. But again, what a genius that we run a symbol of corruption, Cuomo, and a guy who wants to socialize lettuce. And that's how we lose elections in places, including New York for that matter.
Guys, thanks so much. The political panel coming up.